Welcome to another episode of Wait a Gam Minute. Tonight's episode has been brought by none other than Wait a Gam Minute podcast. Today is the 11th. Well, no, it's not. It's actually November the 18th. So today we have the pleasure of speaking with none other than Sugar Rodgers, who is a person, how can I say it? She's past a spotlight here in the city of Suffolk. She is, I'm gonna let her introduce her own self. So Sugar, tell us a little bit about you.
All right, hi for everyone who don't know. I'm Sugar Rodgers. I'm from Suffolk, Virginia. First and foremost, I'm a woman of God. Professional athlete playing the WNBA. This season I played for the Las Vegas Aces. I'm also a student athlete. Going to Georgetown right now to, get my master's in the sports industry program that they have there, family oriented. But that's about it.
Oh, so you got a lot of things going on. So you say you're going to Georgetown now?
Yes.
So how long have you been going?
Maybe like a year and some change. I'll be done in May. I have 2 classes left after the class taken now.
Okay, so what you plan to do after that?
I'm going to coaching, whether it's on the college level, NBA, WNBA, wherever opportunity I see fit.
Okay, so tell us a little bit, tell those who don't know your past or your actual story of how it was for you growing up. Like share with us some of the things that you endured or, that went on in your life.
So I just started at the age of 14, my mom, she became sick of lupus and she eventually lost her battle and she passed away. During that time, my siblings, they was in and out of jail, in and out of prison, and we lost our home. It was condemned and eventually demolished with all our belongings in it.
What?
So, yeah. So then I bounced around from house to house, just living, with anybody I could stay with at the time, because my dad didn't take me in. He had a whole nother family. So that's pretty much the story in itself. Me just making a way out of the struggle, overcoming all the odds that were put against me.
Right. So I couldn't imagine you being 14 and having to endure like all of that. So when they say, people say that God gave the toughest battle, to the toughest people. I really truly believe that because I don't know, me personally, if I was dealt the hand, if I could have overcame or done half of what you've done or actually doing. So I commend you for actually, not giving up and not being a product of the environment. That's got to be kind of tough. So like when your mom was sick, like, did you know she was sick or?
At the time, my mom used to tell us, she used to always prepare me for situations. So she said, I'm not gonna always be around.
Mm-hmm.
And she used to preach that a lot. I'm not gonna always be around. You're gonna have to take care of yourself. And in the back of my mind, she knew she was gonna pass away.
Right.
And I knew she was sick because I was her nurse. So I took care of her, I bathed her, I washed her. I barely went to school. I just, made sure that she was comfortable, whatever she needed, I went out and did it. I changed the dirty diapers. I did all of that. So I was a nurse.
So you actually did that with no experience. You just did it because, hey, that's your mom and it needed to be done. So you just hopped in there, forget being a kid. It's like, I got to get in here and I got to help my mom.
Facts. I had no choice. She had did so much for us, just growing up, just providing, single parent, taking care of me, my brother, my sister, taking care of my sister kids when she her times. Yeah, I don't know, she did, but my niece also was helping me out. When times I couldn't do it, she would step in because that's a lot. That's a lot for a kid to have to endure and go through.
It is, and it and it's a lot even for an adult. But so let me get back to, so you said you wasn't going to school either, so you would just be home with your mom?
Yeah, I would just stay home with my mom, and when I see a chance to go to school, I would just go to school, and that was kind of like a relief, like going to school. But being exhausted, like I went to school, I would go to sleep all day. I would barely do like classwork, and the teachers used to always kind of ask, like, are you okay? And I used to be like, yeah, like I'm fine. I used to come in with a smile on my face, um, and just try to. That was my time to be a kid.
Right.
When I went home, like I had to face reality of just taking care of my mom, and my niece worked too. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I had to take care of her son while she go work and try to help provide for us to have certain things like clothes and shoes and making sure that certain bills were paid. So I commend her for, you know, that as
Even
well.
doing that, right? So how were your grades when you did go to school? Like, what were your grades looking like?
There was just C's and D's, like C's, D's. I barely passed.
Hold on, how you
I was like,
barely
as long as I
passed?
get I'm telling you, I got through. Like I made a way. Like I barely passed. And I used to forge my mom's name. I know this sounds bad, but I used to forge her name on everything. Like anything. I could forge it. Like on a check that needed to be cashed.
Mm-hmm.
That was me. Like notes to the teacher, that was me. Like I had it down pat.
Oh wow. So you were handling things in at a young age.
Yeah, because we had to make stuff happen. Like paying bills. Like who gonna pay the
Mm-hmm.
bills? If
Wow.
my niece didn't work or my brother didn't do what he illegally did to help
Get
put food
by.
on the table, yeah, clothes on your back, like I mean we had to get it done.
So when you say when your mom died when you were 14, like where did you go after that? Like I know you say you kind of bounced around. What was it any place that you went to for an extended period of time?
So I went to a coach's house. I stayed there for like 6 months. Then I went to my aunt's house,
Mm-hmm.
stayed there, and then I ended up with my cousin Keita, who what that was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me.
So it gave you a lot of structure and balance there.
For sure. She just taught me so much. Like I wouldn't be the woman I am today if it wasn't for her.
Well, yeah, that's nobody but God then, because He worked that thing out, you know, even when you couldn't even see it. So
Okay, I didn't. I was just like surviving. Like I was in survival mode. So you don't see a lot of things. And like I said, like I didn't get to be a kid. So it wasn't really much going to hang out with my friends at the skating ring. I just played sports, and that was my safe haven, picking up a basketball, playing kickball, playing
mhm.
golf, doing those types of things, but
You play
really
golf
basketball.
too. So you basically athletic. Like you can play anything.
Yeah. I mean, for real, like anything I put my mind to, I just feel as though I can do it.
That's good. That I mean, I ain't even gonna sit here and sugarcoat shit for you. Like that's that's good because I just don't know. And my hat goes off to you. And I just thank God for the people that He placed, around you to help build you up, because it could have been another way for you. But I know you have thanked them probably tons of times for, being there. But now, where did this athleticism come from? Like,
My
did your mom
my
play?
yeah, my mom played basketball and she was really good. But growing up, basketball for my mom wasn't an option for me. Like that came second. Sometimes it didn't even come at all. She just didn't want me to play. Like I was so good at golf. She was like, "You're gonna be a professional golfer." And I was like, I fell in love with golf, don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong. But when I fell in love with basketball, I wanted to do that as well. And when she like kind of took it away from me, I feel as though that was like a force, like that made me be a basketball player because she was trying to take it from me.
Right.
So
So it was like,
when she
okay.
got sick, I was like, okay, this is my chance. Like she can't tell me kind of what to do. So I stopped going to golf practice. I stopped partaking in anything that had to do with golf. And I just played basketball in my front yard all day long. I would go to different neighborhoods and play against different people. And I just love basketball that much.
So why do you think she wanted to kind of pull you away from basketball? Like, what do you think that the issue was, or why did she not want you? Did she say why she didn't want you to play?
She never said why she didn't want me to play. She actually allowed me to play for this guy named Mr. Rowland. It was like a church team, and she let me go, and that was her friend. So when I was growing up, my mama never allowed her girls to go stay at anybody's house. So I never stayed with anybody until my mom got sick, when I could do what I wanted to do. But she trusted Mr. Rowland. She let me play, but she always said, like, golf come first. Like, if basketball and golf conflict, golf is gonna come first. And I remember having when I played for the Suffolk Blazers, it had a golf tournament and a basketball game at the same time.
Right.
And my mom was like, golf. And I remember my team came over. They was like, please let Sugar come. Please let Sugar come. She was like, nope. So I went to the golf tournament and I ended up winning it. Like, first place, easy. I packed my uniform, my basketball uniform. Right. And I told Mr. Ben a lie. I was like, my mama said, can you drop me off at the basketball game? And he was like, yeah, I could drop you off. Right. By the time we got there, though, the game was over. We had lost. But I was like, I still rode back with them. But my mom didn't know.
So basically, you went to play the game of golf just to kill her so you can get yourself ready for the basketball game. Because that was your whole point. You wanted to get there.
Yeah, I wanted to get there. So I was trying to win. I'm trying to rush everybody. Like, hurry up, get him Mr. Ben car, because he used to take a couple plays. He got to drop me off somewhere. It's to still not get to the basketball game.
Dang. So where does the name Sugar come from?
Sugar, I've had this name all my life. Like, I've always went by Sugar, but that's something like I had older parents. And my mom used to call me Sugar. Like, my Uncle Junior used to call me Sugar every time they come over. And it just stuck. So when I went to school, like, they used to try to call me by my government name. And I used to be like, no, like, I go by Sugar.
What?
And I've been going by Sugar ever since, like, since I was born.
So you're going to tell them people what to call you. Don't call me my government. Call me my nickname, Sugar.
Yeah. Most people don't even know that Sugar is a nickname. They think that's not real name. A lot of people. You'll be surprised.
My God. I don't know what rock they've been under. Especially like for like us Black people, like Sugar, Man, Dink, those like common nicknames.
They'd be like, Sugar, that's your name? Oh, that's a nice name.
Dang. Well, hey, it is what it is. So tell us a little bit about this book that you wrote. Like, how did it?
So I'm still in the process. It doesn't release. Well, I'll give y'all some insight. The book's not going to release to May 4th, 2021. The title has changed because I had a title before that I wanted to go by, but that was like, I just wanted a new start. So they better call me Sugar, my journey from the hood to the hardwood. And that's the title of the book that's coming out May the 4th, 2021.
Oh, so what made you want to write a book?
All right. So it was more of a therapeutic for me to write. When I went to college, they recommended that I go see a therapist. They knew I had been through a lot of stuff. I was very closed off. They was like, all right, we recommend you go. I'm like, hell no, like, I'm not going to see a therapist.
Right.
I'm not going to talk to a white person about my problems. Like, that's how ignorant I was about going to see a therapist. And I went a couple times, and I was like, don't knock until you try it. So I ended up going, and they were the guy that I was talking to, he was like, maybe you should write it down. And I'm like, in a journal? He said, no, like a book. So he was like, start from here. And I started, and I just kept writing. And it was just, every time I was write, it was just interesting to go back and read it. And that's kind of how I started that's what turned it into a book. At first it was therapeutic. So when you read it. It's therapeutic writing. It's just in a book form.
Right. So now, like, do you think that if your mom was here, things would have been different for you? If so, like how?
I think far as like family, like I'm family oriented, but we will all be together.
Okay.
So when the house got taken, like we all went separate ways to survive.
Okay.
So I believe in my heart, like we would be together, like together. I feel as though we would be closer than, what some of the relationships are now. Um, I don't even think that would be wouldn't have been an option. I'd probably LPGA, which is
You said,
professional golf.
oh, for real?
Yeah, like I mean, it would be it definitely be different for me and my family.
Okay. But I think like in the Black family, a lot of times when the matriarch of the family passes away, it kind of separates the families.
Excuse me.
Like but I know I can speak for like my family. We normally would get together and have things and be together, even though we argue, but we were still family. We were always around each other. And now it's like that was with the older generation. Now you have the younger generation. It's like, they don't get together as much. It's kind of like family's kind of scarce,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak. So it's like it's up to us to change that dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. For me, like I've learned, like family is not always blood. Like
Correct.
family is just people who gonna be loyal to you, and that's just from my experience. I have family
I
that is
agree.
loyal to me, but I also have family that is just like, okay, like, hey, how you doing, and keep it moving. Like, it's no hard feelings for me. Even with my situation and how it all went down, you would think
Mm-hmm.
somebody would want to take me in. My aunt allowed me to come there, but
Right.
people always say like, oh, you could have came here, you could have came here, but they never offer.
They
And
never offered. Right.
I mean, I don't look at it like, oh, you ain't even offer me nowhere to come stay. I just look at it as like, but we supposed to be family. Like family supposed to look out for each other, but nah.
Don't work like that. So now, so being that you said that the ones that didn't look out for you, or told you, well, you could have came here, blah blah blah. Like, do they ask you for things now, or do they expect things from you?
I wouldn't say they ask me for things. Sometimes they ask me to do certain things, and I'm just like, I'm a nice person.
Okay.
Like if you ask me for something and I got it, like I'm gonna do it. I don't have no hard feelings against anybody or no hate towards anybody. Like if you ask me for something, if I can do it, I'm gonna make sure I get it done. But if I can't do it, then it's just a simply no. And if you feel some type of way, then that's on you.
That's on you. So if I ask you right now, can I get that new game that everybody trying to get? You'll tell me yeah.
I'll be like, I can help you. I can get up here at Walmart and try to help you get it.
Right.
But if I don't get it, like I mean, at least I
At least,
tried.
right. Exactly. So tell me something about you that people don't know, and I want you to dig deeper on this. Like, I don't want nothing superficial. I want something deep that when people look at you, they wouldn't automatically know about Sugar.
That's a good question.
Like, do
I'm
Sugar know
I,
how?
I'm a very proud person. Like I'm an introvert,
Okay.
so I stay to myself. I stay to myself.
Okay.
Like
Oh wow.
I'm like I'm not gonna say extreme, but I do like I stay to myself. Like I don't mind being alone. Some people they mind like they need people around. Like I
Right.
don't mind
Correct.
being alone, especially with the people in my like
So how do you get
I
along
mean,
with your team? Because you know what, I think I'm kind of introvert too, though, for real. But how do you get along with your teammates? Like being that you don't, you prefer to be by yourself. Like when they go out after the games, do you go? Do you party with them? Like, what do you do?
um, most times I just go back to my apartment. It's times where I do go out and party with
Mhm.
them, but it's just not who I am.
Okay.
It's not who I am. But if they ask, I mean, I kindly say no. But it be times where I'm like, okay, yeah, I go out just to interact with my teammates. And I
Right.
mean, partying is not something that I do. I've seen what party has done to people who go to the club every weekend, and that's
Right.
what they do. Like for me, it's just been so more like, all right, I go maybe 2 times out the year.
Mm-hmm. So you're very disciplined. Like you, it seems like you already know what you want. You know what type of food you gotta eat. You know your workout is like, nope, I already know what I gotta do. I ain't trying to hear none of that stuff y'all talking about. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
no like drinking, smoking, doing all the things that people put on athletes or even people who just do it on a regular. Like that's just not something that I do at all.
right. So are you nervous when you on the court? Like, and also, is there anybody that intimidates you?
Nah, what can intimidate me? I've been through life. Like I even got robbed. I had a gun to my head. So for me, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
Oh, I heard that. Now, at what point did you decide that the NBA was the way for you to go? Like,
Um, when I graduated college, I was good enough to go to the WNBA. So when it was time for me to enter and go through the draft process, I got drafted. And then just from there, like having to, work hard, stay dedicated, stay motivated to be the best person I could be, and how can I last long in this league?
right.
Because roles change every year, so just having to adapt to different roles is how I had success in the WNBA.
Okay. Now I'm going back to your dad. Did you ever, did you ever guys ever build some type of relationship, or what happened with that?
So my dad, so I'm a kid out of wedlock. My dad had a whole nother family, so I have another side to my family.
Okay.
But my dad used to come around every day. Like it was not a day he didn't come around, not unless he was sick. So he used to come down, spend a couple hours, and then go back home. And when the time came for him to make a decision, like, am I gonna take you in or I'm gonna leave you for the streets? Well, you know what they say, like she for the streets. Like, no, I was really out here though. And at first I felt some type of way towards him. I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, what? Like, what in your right mind wouldn't make you want to do for your kid?
Right.
Like, it's your kid. Like, I understand you got a wife and another family at home, but you need to make a way for me. But, some people like you'll be angry. Like it was a point in my life where I was, but then
Mm-hmm.
it was a point in my life where it was like God gave me this battle. Like it's something at the end for me. Like it's some more blessings. Like just get
Right.
through this, get around it, get over it, get under it, and then it's gonna be something else. And I end up like forgiving him. Like I forgive, like I'm a forgiving person. Like you have to be forgiven.
That's
And
right.
I forgave him for, not doing it. And
Mm-hmm.
I just kept moving on. But we've always had a relationship. It's just that point in time where it was like pick and choose. I just knew like you wouldn't pick me.
Right.
And I
So
was I
now,
was became okay with
did
that.
did when you were going to therapy, did therapy help you with that, like to get past all of that?
I mean, therapy just dug deeper into situations and ultimately it did help me get through all of the childhood trauma that I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
It helped me dig a little bit deeper and understand some of those things. Like it also let me not hold on to a lot of those things
Right.
because sometimes I was just holding it and it's really like putting me in a dark place. Like I didn't when my mom passed away at 14, I didn't grieve until I was like 25. I didn't grieve
What?
until later on in life because I was trying to
Wow.
survive. If you think about it, like I really had time to take a deep breath and
Mm-hmm.
analyze all of the things that I was going through when I felt I was like at peace in my life.
Oh wow. So, girl, yeah, yeah, it definitely all of what happened was, meant to happen for you to have a story because I don't know, child. I just thank God that you weathered the storm because again, I don't know if it was me. But I wanted to ask you, who do you look up to? Like, who do Sugar look up to? If
I mean,
anybody.
no, I do. Like my cousin Keita, my
Okay.
niece Keiki, my sisters and my brother. Like my sister Sharon, my brother. Like I looked up to them coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has offered me something different. My sister and my brother have shown me like things I shouldn't do, and those things helped me to where I am today. My niece taught me how to go get certain things and how to
Mm-hmm.
survive. My cousin Keita has taught me how to love and to nurture. So they've all played a part. Like my best friend was the reason why I wanted to go to college. My best friend Rashida is the reason I wanted to go to college. She got
Oh,
a
for real?
scholarship before
Okay.
me, and it
Mm-hmm.
made me want to go get a scholarship. So it's been a lot of people who have impacted my life.
So do you come home like often? If you do, like, what do you do when you're, I'm gonna say here?
I spend time with my family. I have nieces and nephews that I try to help steer and keep on the right track. But most of the time, I tell you, like I'm to myself. Like I be in the house. You may
Wow.
see me driving through, but I be in the house. Or I try to like go to different schools. I know we have COVID now, but just go to different schools and
Mm-hmm.
give back, maybe speaking or just going to play basketball or just hang out with the kids just to keep them motivated.
Okay. So how did you feel when you went into the NBA, WNBA rather, not NBA?
I mean, I was, I'm not going to say I was surprised. I was just relieved. Like, I feel as though I had accomplished something, like
Right.
something that was just bigger than me. Um, I was proud, and I knew my mom would be proud. Um, but just having to battle everything I battle, it's like, okay, like I'm gonna have an income. I'm gonna be able to
Right.
take care of myself.
Right.
It was a sense of relief, not relax, but just relief.
Mm-hmm. And then, especially doing something that you actually you get paid to do something that you actually love to do. I mean, what could get better than that? Like,
Another walk into another job, because eventually basketball. I'm gonna put the basketball down, but
right.
whether it's coaching, a front office job, being an agent, whatever. Then I love the golf, but when I found basketball, that was
Mm-hmm.
a newfound love. So hopefully, I'm gonna find something else that I love and put all my energy and efforts into doing that, and just be as successful as I was at basketball in that.
So let me ask you this. Why is it that the WNBA league is paid so much lesser than the NBA? Especially, like, I can understand years ago, but now that the times and stuff have changed, you have more people coming out and supporting, the WNBA. But why is it that you guys get paid less and you working just as
Uh,
hard?
I mean, that's kind of in society, the society we live in. Like two lawyers, a male and a female, they do the same exact work, but usually the
Right.
male get paid more than the female. That's just kind of how it's always been in society. And women are fighting for, equal pay
Equal
and
right.
different things. Yeah, different things of that nature. So eventually we're taking baby steps, but it's gonna take time for us to get paid like the men. And it's going to take more fans coming out and more people supporting women's basketball and women in sports in general.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah, because I was researching and I was like, it just didn't make sense to me. And but like you
But
said,
when the
that's just
man first started, they didn't get paid that much. It took years and years of
right.
building from them to get there. And the WNBA is like 20 years old or maybe
Hmm.
20. Yeah, something. But it's it takes time to, get to where the man is. So I think we'll get there eventually. Like I said, the more people need to keep supporting women in sports, not just the WNBA, but women in sports in general.
Yeah, because women, I'm telling you, women ruling the world anyway, whether it's in entrepreneurship or whatever it is. It's like nobody can hold us down now. Whatever it is we want to do, it's no more, you sit in the back room, you can't speak now. It's, oh, I want to do it. Guess what? I'm going to do it. And they do it very well.
We got a female vice president.
Woo!
You can be anything you want to be in this world.
Right.
Male or female.
You
can be whatever you want.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Now, how much longer do you have before like when you're in the league, like before you're saying you're calling it quits?
I mean, it just depends on how long my body can hold up. Just where I am mentally and spiritually. So I wouldn't put a time frame on it, but when it's my time to put the basketball down, I will. I'm working on my transition now from playing just by going to school and getting my master's and getting familiar with other areas of basketball.
Right. Okay. So, something I was going to ask you, girl. I'm getting old. I know one of the questions in the chat box, and they're asking, "Are you dating?" They want to know, is Sugar dating?
No, I'm not dating. I am a single woman. When it's my time, God will put him right here.
Not put him right here.
He will put him right in my face. It's
not so you're not gonna go meet him?
Or not. I mean, he will. Like when I'm out, like he'll see me out at an event, maybe at the club, maybe at church. Where else I go? At the gym, he'll see me and he'll come up, and then we'll go from there. But no, single.
Right. So do you want any kids? I know you say you're family oriented, but do you want any kids of your own?
I want hopefully 3 kids, and
oh my God, ain't no way.
Thought about adopting kids.
Okay.
Just so I can love and nurture them. Just like how my cousin did me. She didn't adopt me, but I went to live with her, and she just, raised
3
me
kids
up.
though?
3. My mom had 3, so I'm like, okay, I had 3. You know how they go boy, and then you try to go for that girl, and you pray to God you get it. Like,
right. So you gonna mess around and go for that boy, go for that girl. There's gonna be another boy, and then you go fuck, and then you're gonna keep being boys. You be at 5.
I'm gonna go again.
So you can mess around and hell start at 5
until I get a girl.
Oh, ain't no way.
I mean, if it come like that, I might have some coming off the bench too.
Yeah, because the way you trying to roll, you're gonna.
But luckily in my family, everybody has a boy and a girl.
Okay. So what makes you tick? Like, what drives you crazy?
Like a pet peeve?
Yeah.
That just drives me crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I would say just people in general who just don't take care of their kids.
Taking care of their kids?
Yeah, people who don't take care of their kids. And I'm saying, like, people are just not involved in their life. That's different. Like, if you feel as though, like, you can't do it and you need to get your kid up, that's a little bit different. But when you be standing in the same city and you want to 18 years, yeah, that just drives me crazy. Male or female, it drives me crazy.
Right. So are you kind of fearful, especially the way that this world is going, and with the kids and gun violence and stuff like that? Like, are you kind of, at odds or kind of fearful that, bringing a, human being into this world with so much going on? Or you just like, forget it, I want 16 kids?
No, you didn't say 16. I mean, what parent is not fearful as of like what's going on right now?
Mm-hmm.
With the police killing the African American with the way just the world is in general. But I'm ready for the challenge. I'm
Okay. So when you're like say when you come home, right, and you're at the rec center, like can you describe to me the feeling that you get when the kids home, sugar, oh my God, they were sugar, 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 knocking you all down, knocking, the other kid all down trying to get to you. Like, how does that make you feel internally?
I mean, like it just makes me proud, like, to me and saying my name, and, saying what it is that I do, just being a inspiration for them and just help motivate them. I mean, it just makes me proud to be in the, I, I take it seriously. I'm all about the kids. I've always believed like the kids are our future, just steering them in the right direction, keeping them motivated, keeping them, making sure, they go to school, do their homework. So whatever it is I can do, like, I'm all for the kids.
Right. Are you actually presently mentoring any kids right now?
Any kids that come my way or that I see, well, I could get, like, if I see them at the rec, because I go to a rec, well, when the rec was open, when everything was
Mhm.
normal.
Right.
I would see kids who needed shoes. I would just go grab some shoes and take them to the kids. Or I, I wouldn't say like I have certain kids that I mentor, but if I see somebody in need, like, I step in. If a kid is down, I step in and just talk to them, just try to help keep them, like I said, motivated. They need clothes and shoes. I try
Right.
to make it happen, whether it's hand-me-downs or something here I got, or if I go out and, grab a couple things that they can
Hmm.
have. I do that. At Christmas time, I try to sponsor a couple families in need that, kids need certain things. So, I mean, I kind of have my hands in everything.
Right. And that's good because, being, how you actually came up, you're willing to pour back into not just anyone, but into your city from, where you grew up in. Because a lot of times I think some people, when they get to the status and it's like, oh, I made it, they forget about everybody else and they don't come back to the same hood, or they don't, they may give out turkeys or something like that, but they don't actually come back and spend that quality time with the child, talk to a child, show a child how to dribble a ball or whatever it is that you actually do. So, you're gonna be blessed for that, even just doing it because you don't have to do it. Now, will you do a basketball camp after COVID?
Yes, I was planning on doing a basketball camp this season, but due to COVID and the pandemic, I just can't. Hopefully, when they come out with a vaccine, or like I said, when everything goes back to normal, I would definitely do another camp. I did one camp before here. It was a great
Mm-hmm.
turnout. I had a great time. The kids had a great time. The sponsorships, they gave shirts. People bought Gatorades and different things. But I
Mm-hmm.
would definitely do another camp here.
Now, speaking of this vaccine, are you going to take that vaccine?
No, ma'am.
I'm not either. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like, I don't know. I'm kind of confused with my damn self. I don't know.
You do as you please. I'm gonna stay with my herbs. I'm gonna stay with my herbs and my
Stay with your
healthy
herbs.
eating. Yeah. I mean, I had COVID. I was asymptomatic, but I had it. So I have the antibodies. I think that's what it's
Oh,
called, antibodies.
mm-hmm.
So I'll pass on the vaccine.
Yeah, me too. I'll let everybody else take it and see what happens to them and pray that they be okay. But even if they do get through, I'm not worried about taking it because I just don't have time. There's like so much going on. You don't know half the time if you're coming or going. So you just pray about it and keep on moving, and
That's
that's
it.
it.
Get your sea moss. Get your sea moss. Get your
You know
herbs.
what?
Get, get,
I've been hearing stuff about that, and then people saying the elderberry or something. I'm like, shit. I just need the Lord. Like I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I just pray about it, like I said, and just
You can do
and
that as
just.
well. Like you need all of that together. You can't forget that. You got to throw that in the pot too.
So, I get you. So basically, what you're saying is get a little bit of everything and put it together, some type of concoction, and just stir it
Whip
up.
it up. Yeah.
All right. So, what advice would you give a young lady or just a youth period who's trying to get in the league? Like, what advice would you give them to encourage them to, keep pushing?
I think just for anything in general, just keep believing in you when nobody else believes in you. And don't let nobody kill your dreams and your goals. Because people do that. They be like, oh, girl, you ain't going to make it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yes, I am. You always got the naysayers and the haters. But just keep motivated, stay positive, and believe, because that was most important. Like having to
Mm-hmm.
believe that you're going to make it.
Right. That's some you dropped some gems right there because people will do that. And I think some people, honestly, I think some people may do it out of fear and because it probably wasn't taught or whatever, or they scared to, rise above a certain realm. So they don't want you to do it either. And it's like, no.
But don't be
So
afraid to fail, because failing is um, a part of the success.
right.
So you can't be fearful to fail. Like you try, and if you fail, you get back up. And if you fail again, you can keep getting back up. And it's up to you to give up and say, I'm gonna just go a different route. But for me, I'm gonna just keep trying till I get it right.
That's right. That's right. Because if something like you said, if you set out to do something and it doesn't work the first time, okay, sit back, collect everything, revise your plan, go at a different way instead of letting it defeat you. I think that's the ultimate setup is you not putting forth the effort or giving up yourself versus somebody else.
And sometimes
So
you're gonna have to surround yourself with people who believe in you. Because sometimes you
yes,
got that friend in the cut that's hating the whole entire time,
the
but you
whole
like, that's
entire
my
time.
friend, but that's a frenemy. Like, get rid of that person.
That's right.
It
And
might be
don't
20
be
years
scared.
and 20 years invested, but you're not in that point in your life now where you need that person, or you even want to be around that person because they're so negative.
Right.
So
So
surround yourself with positive people. And
mhm.
like I said, it ain't gonna always be family.
Right. So basically what you're saying is what I'm gathering what you're saying is um everybody has a season. So and they may not their season may have ran out. So you have to and I made a post about it the other day. You strategically put people around you to build, help you build what you got going on at the moment anyway.
Mhm.
So I definitely get that. And but you seem like you got your head on straight. So I know your mom is beyond proud of you. She probably wanted you to play golf, but you know, you
Well,
you doing it. You doing it. You actually doing it. So your dad still living?
no, so my aunt is no longer living and my dad is no longer living. So I've experienced a lot of death in my life.
Oh, so you have a small family? Your family's small?
Uh, yeah, it's big, but it's
Mm-hmm.
small, if you understand what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
it's a lot of us, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just us, because
A couple.
with
Yeah.
everything that happened, like I said, like, yeah.
Mm. Wow. So what is your ultimate goal that you have set for you without, putting too much out there? What is it a goal that you have set for yourself?
I mean, there's some things I still want to accomplish in life. I won't be specific, because I always feel like sometimes you don't have to share. You can just make it happen without having to share, because people prey on your downfall, which is scary.
Right.
Um, it's some things that I have set and put in place. Like, I'm like, all right, let's just think of the book for a sense. Let's just talk about the book. Like,
Okay.
when I was in college, I'm gonna write a book. It got to a point where I couldn't like therapeutic write. I couldn't write. Like I had writer's block for a
Writer's
long
block,
time.
right?
So I put it down. And then when I picked it back up, I'm like, all right, I need to get this book out. People want to read it. It can inspire others. And I set a goal and a time. Although I didn't reach the time, I felt but I got back up and tried it again. And
That's
now,
right.
May the 4th, 2021, it'll be releasing. So that's just one goal that I had set.
Mm.
And when May 4th get here, the book will be here.
So tell us a little bit about. I'm hearing something about a scrapbook. What is that about? Do you still do your scrapbook?
Scrapbook? Who said
Yeah,
I got a scrapbook?
somebody said in the comments, said something about, do you still do your scrapbook?
They got a name.
Amy.
Dang, I got a scrapbook.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Do
got no
you
scrapbook.
still?
I've received some books from my mom, some of my mom older friends who collected
Hmm.
articles and pictures and stuff. So if that's the book you're talking about, I definitely have that type of book.
Maybe that's what they're talking about then. Maybe that's what she's talking about. I don't know. So your book, you gonna do your book signing in Suffolk, or you not know yet?
I'm pretty sure I'm definitely coming back here to do something in Suffolk. Regardless of where I go or where I'm at in the world, like I'm always coming back home to do something.
Good. That's good. Do you ever feel homesick? Like, like, matter of fact, where are you now? Like, what state are you in now?
Virginia. I'm in Suffolk.
What the fruit? You in Suffolk? Okay.
I'm in Suffolk just due to the COVID and being in phase 2 and having
Right.
the cases surge and rise. It's just
Right.
best that I stay at home.
Okay. Okay. Understood. Um. So, well, then, do you still get homesick though when you're away, wherever you be?
When I actually leave the country, so like I've
Okay.
played in Israel, I played in Slovakia, I've played in Turkey, I've played in
Oh.
France. I love France, but sometimes I do get homesick. I'm like, I need to go home. Like I need to
Mm-hmm.
go home. But most times when I go away in the country, I'm like, I get home when I get home.
Right. Wow. Girl, but you doing it. Keep up the good work. I
Thank you.
mean, I don't. So when you home, you just chill in the house too. You don't go anywhere when you're in Suffolk either. Just like
Not right now, especially because I'm in school, so that takes up
mhm.
most of my time, and then training takes up most of my time. My nieces and nephews with their extracurricular activities and having to get
Mhm.
back and forth to work and practice, that takes up a lot of my time. So when I'm home, like I really am just home interacting with my family. And if it's something else that somebody want me to do, like y'all wanted me to come, I'm waiting again a minute, like I make time to do that for my people.
Well, thank you. Because wait again, man, definitely appreciate you. Like I don't honestly, like I don't know you personally. I've heard a lot about you, and I can honestly say good things. I shoot straight from the hip. Like I wouldn't lie to you. If I heard something bad about you, I would say, sugar. Well, whatever. But but I've only heard good things about you, and especially like coming back and giving back to the city and the kids, talking about the shoes that you gave them and stuff like that. And I just know that your sister and your brother and your niece and everybody is beyond proud of you. I know they probably look at you as as sugar. You
They
know.
do. They do. They do. They do. They do. And sometimes the other kids, they call me Aunt Sugar. Like when I be going to the rec, they be like Aunt Sugar. And I just be
Right.
like, what up, nephew? Or what up, niece? Like, I kind of make them feel like they family. Because, everybody be like, oh, that's my cousin. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm your cousin.
So tell me about one of the times, like I don't know, I think you're a little too young for bird song. So what are your greatest memories of the rec center? I don't know which rec you probably went to.
Birdsong. I went to Birdsong. I was up in there.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, I was up in there.
You
I
had
was
you
up
had
in
to
there
been a
hooping with the
toddler.
older guys.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
So give me one of your fondest memories at the rec center, whichever rec center it is.
I mean, I would go with, I would say Barrison, but my memories are like more so like going down the Barrison Hill. The
Okay.
hill, when it snowed, we used to
Oh
walk over
yeah.
there. And then, you know, the steps, I don't know
Yeah,
what
I remember the
old Central
steps.
High.
Mm-hmm.
I took my bike and I rode down there with Robert. What up, Rob? Robert Davis. He went first, and then he challenged me like to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, cool, bet. I went down them stairs with my bike. I made it, safely landed, but I was scared to death.
What kind of bike you had?
I'm pretty sure I had some bike that I put together. Me and Robert probably put together. The front wheel small and the back wheel big. Handlebars different with a beach cruiser seat on a 10-speed.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, God was protecting you then. Yeah, he had the angels camping around you then, because that didn't make no sense there. But yeah, that's good though. Like honestly, like again, we here at Wait Again Minute are proud of you. We want to, encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, and whatever it is that you want to do, I know you already know that you're gonna knock it out one by one and get it done. I mean, girl, you have a story, and but the whole thing is, now I think about it, your outcome is even better, and that's the part I'm looking at. I'm like, dang, all what she went through, and now it's like she can see the sun, like she can smell the road. So you're reaping your harvest. That's the only thing I can say. Like, you're reaping your harvest, no doubt. And again, I definitely appreciate you even considering coming on Wait Again Minute, because you could have just been chilling at home and suffer.
I could have, but it was important for me to come on your show.
Right.
Like you said, just supporting everyone back home, whether it's buying clothes from someone who has a clothing line, Heart Pain,
Right.
being on Wait Again Minute podcast and doing certain things, just supporting my people. Like I'm big on supporting. Right. So thank you for having me on the show.
No problem.
To keep encouraging you to grow your fan base and get out there. Y'all got something special over there. Keep working hard at it.
I appreciate it. I was about to ask you this, give us some encouragement, but I definitely appreciate it, and it was well received. But I'm not gonna hold you long. You got things to do. I know I ain't got nothing to do, but I could talk all day. But again, congratulations on the new book that you have coming out. Definitely keep me abreast to what's going on. Now that I'm really following you, I'll be, as long as you post, I'll see, what's going on. And if there's anything that we can do, just let me know. We're here. So with that being said, we're gonna get on out of here. Is there anything you want to let the viewers of Wait Again Minute know before we call it a night?
I would just say, when the book comes out, make sure you grab a copy. It's a great read. Like I said, just get out there and grab a copy. Support me. I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna keep supporting everybody. But I mean, that's it. Like you said, we out of here.
All right. One more thing. I got one favor. Now, we always ask people to say Wait Again Minute in their own way. So you say Wait Again Minute how you want to say Wait Again Minute.
So you just want me to say Wait Again Minute, or
like I say Wait Again Minute, or Wait Again Minute. You could just say Wait Again Minute. I mean, I don't know. You say how you want to say it. You say how you want to say it.
You will put me on the spot. I mean, I'll just say Wait Again Minute. All
right, and that's a wrap, and we'll see you on the flip side. And again, thank you.
No, thank you.
Stay tuned to Wait Again Minute. Bye-bye.